Yeah, yeah, yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit of accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge, they don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like, wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. It is Pam Esquire, also known as the Law Intellect. I hope you guys had a fabulous Monday. I know a lot of the kiddies went back to school today. I hope you guys had a great, smooth transition from the summer break. What we are here today is to discuss the Cardi B trial. As we talked about on one of my previous videos, today is the day that Cardi B is set to go to trial for an alleged assault against a security guard. And what she alleged is that she went to an OBGYN office and it was around the time of which she didn't want us to know she was preggo. And she alleges that the security guard tried to take videos of her and pictures. And then, of course, after that, it gets a little foggy. So this is why they went to trial. Now, Court TV, as I told you all, are the only ones that were able to stream it. So it is what is called pooled. So everyone is supposed to feed off of them because the judge is only allowing one camera in there. Looks like Court TV is having technical difficulties though. So as of right now, we don't hear anything. They've been on for a little minute. Looks like they're doing opening statements right now, but you can't hear anything because Court TV is struggling right now with getting it together. So hold on one second. Let me share this screen. I wanted us to watch it together. And they keep saying, stand by. We're having technical difficulties. But let's see if we can. So hopefully they get it together soon. That is Cardi. You see her? See Cardi B over there? She got her nice little shortcut right there. Little short do. All right, Court TV. We relying on you right now. So it looks like we'll probably miss what they saying opening with the plaintiffs. I'm assuming the plaintiff's attorney is the one that's giving their opening right now. Oh goodness. Tracy said that wig is terrible. You said she does not look happy. You see, Cash, now Court TV, y'all had too big of a budget for this. Then on theirs, they actually have it on members only. So if you are not a member over there at Court TV, you're not chatting and they chat. Shoot. Or they said, listen here. Hey, I am unique. We're just waiting on Court TV to get their technical difficulties in order, because we can't hear anything. Yes, y'all, please come in and like this video before I throw a mic. You know what? I think Law and Crime is going to start in a few. Law and Crime has to feed off of theirs, according to the ruling. So maybe Law and Crime's work. Maybe I don't know how theirs going to work if they're feeding off of theirs. So I don't know. But I just wanted to be, I was sitting here waiting for a minute and I said, well, whenever it starts, I want to make sure that we're good when it starts so that we can watch it. So give you guys time to come in and Let me see. Yeah, Queen Shadina said no, no, no. Yeah, there are. That's why I'm telling you all what's happening, because we were live when I pulled the document from the court when they did their media request, and I pulled the order and we read it right here. And the order said it was going to be pulled. And they said basically Court TV was the one that was the first one to get it in. So Court TV is the one that has permission to stream it. And then because it's pulled, what that means is everybody has to stream off of theirs. Pictures taken, you get, everyone can get from those pictures, because the court does not want a bunch of okay, I hear law and crime now. Wait a minute. I wonder why theirs isn't. Hold on. Let's try law and crime, because I think they just now started. And crime. Sorry, y'all. Let's try theirs. Law and crime. Is this law and crime? Okay, theirs is working. So that law and crime? No, that's law and crime. Okay, hold on. 1 second, you guys. Stand by. Bear with. It's very low though. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm streaming me. Hold on. It's just low.
Just steps away from my doctor's office, and the evidence will show that plaintiff's response was a belligerent "because I can." Now, you will hear evidence that plaintiff continued to follow Cardi as Cardi tried to get to her doctor's office. Evidence that plaintiff continued to yell at Cardi. That when people from the doctor's office came out and told plaintiffs to stop, saying, "You're a security guard, what are you doing?" That plaintiff continued, and when someone intervened and got between them, plaintiff started taking swings at Cardi B. As Cardi B backed up and backed up, Cardi B was, facing someone, with all respect, who testified and admitted that she was 240, 250 pounds, wearing black military boots, hovering over Cardi, yelling and screaming at her and taking swings at her, trying to get to her beyond the person who was trying to intervene, trying to calm things down. Now, I don't take any pleasure in saying this, but there will be evidence that it was plaintiff who yelled, "I will fuck your shit up." That's when someone intervened and dragged plaintiff to an elevator and said, "You have to leave. You have to leave." You will hear Cardi's testimony that she both feared for her unborn baby. This was her first pregnancy, and a very large woman was advancing towards her, and she was utterly confused that a security guard would be her attacker. Importantly, plaintiff has repeatedly changed her story over the last 7 years. You will hear evidence that, under oath, she stated in what is called discovery, Cardi beat her about the head and body. Under oath, she said that. You will hear evidence that plaintiff stated, Cardi scratched plaintiff's nose. You will hear evidence that the story then changed, that Cardi instead scratched plaintiff's cheek, and you will hear evidence that plaintiff also said Cardi never touched her. That is the evidence that you will hear. And to put it mildly, we expect the evidence will establish that plaintiff is not telling the truth. Now, there's been this allegation that that Cardi got plaintiff fired. But we expect...
Objection, Your Honor. We'll discuss this issue.
Sustain it, please.
I apologize.
The claim was withdrawn.
Oh. Well, that's nice. I didn't know that. So there is no employment claim? Okay. You've been very patient. The case just got smaller, but we still have a lot of evidence to put on, and I thank you for your patience, and thank you for keeping an open mind and waiting until you hear both sides. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Johnson. All right, we're going to begin with the presentation of evidence at this point. Is the plaintiff have a witness to call?
Yes, Your Honor. Plaintiff calls Emani Ellis to stand as our first witness.
Thank you.
So the first witness is the plaintiff, the security guard that is making this accusation against Cardi B.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly state that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Yes, my name is Emani Ellis. Last name is Ellis.
Your first name, please.
Emani, yes, Emani.
Perfect. Thank you. You may take a seat. Please watch your step.
All right, go ahead, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Ellis. For the record, how old are you?
32.
And on the date of February 24th, 2018, what were you doing?
I was at work on duty as a security guard.
Where were you?
The address of the building was 8920 Wilshire Boulevard.
And for how long had you been working as a security guard as of 2018?
For 4 years.
And what did it take to become a licensed security guard?
You have to get fingerprinted and it's sent to the state of California for approval.
And do you have any criminal record?
No,
Could you become a security guard if you have a criminal record?
no,
Have you ever assaulted and battered anybody in your lifetime?
no.
Were you using your telephone to take photographs of the defendant when you saw her exit the elevator?
No.
So if you could just tell us in your own words, when you got to the 5th floor, you were doing your rounds, and you saw Cardi B, what did you say?
I said something along the lines of, that looks like Cardi B, or wow, that's Cardi B.
Were you talking to anybody at that time?
No.
You're sure?
Yes.
Were you entering the elevator?
I was, yes.
Did you actually go inside the elevator?
I did, yes.
And did Cardi B exit the elevator?
She did, yes.
Okay, and then what happened?
After she heard me say her name, she turned back around, and the first thing out of her mouth was, excuse my language, was, why the fuck are you telling people that you see me? At this time, I tried to calm her down and assure her that I didn't tell anyone that I seen her, and she was extremely upset.
And what did she tell you after that?
Then, excuse my language again, but she said, yes, the fuck you did, and then she put her finger in my face.
When she put her finger in your face, did she have long fingernails?
She did.
And approximately how long were her fingernails on the date when she put them in your face?
About 2 to 3 inches long.
When you have seen different pictures and videos of Cardi B, you notice that she has long fingernails in those videos and photographs.
Yes.
When you saw her today, did you notice that her fingernails were very short?
Yes.
Does she usually wear them that short?
Objection. Leaving. It's also lacks foundation sustained.
Have you seen, well, strike that. For how long, were you a fan of Cardi B before this incident?
I was.
What kind of fan were you?
I enjoyed her music. I was interested in going to a concert. I didn't have any problem with her.
Did you ever go to see her in concert?
I had tickets to go to see her, but I never went after this incident.
When were you supposed to go see her in concert?
I'm not sure of the date. It was sometime in 2018.
And you're very close with your grandmother, Diane Schmidt, is that correct?
Correct.
How old is your grandmother?
She's 79.
Does she have information about this incident, Objection?
Sustained. Lacks foundation. Sustained.
Did you show your grandmother the scar on your left cheek after February 24th of 2018?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Did you show the cut on your left cheek after February 24th of 2018 to your grandmother, Diane Schmidt?
Yes.
And what year were you born?
1992.
And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm the oldest of 5.
And your grandmother has seen you regularly from birth up to the present time?
Yes.
And what about your mother? Did you live with your mother up until a certain point?
Until the age 19.
Did you sustain any, well, strike that. Let me take you a little bit back to you. So, when you were at the building and Cardi B exited the elevator on February 24th, 2018, what were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used a lot of words. And again, excuse my language, but she was like, fuck you, you fat ass bitch. That's why I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to get you fired. Nigga this, nigga that, bitch ass nigga. That's why you do security. Ah, that's why you do security. Ah, she was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
And did she spit on you?
She did.
Did her spit actually land on your body?
It did.
Why did you exit the elevator to speak with her after she said what she said?
I wanted to clarify the misunderstanding.
Did you also want her to leave because she was causing a disturbance?
At that time, she was causing a disturbance. She was yelling and screaming, and I didn't want her to leave.
And as a security guard, were you working there as an extension of the owner to be able to make that kind of call, whether somebody should be told to leave because they're causing a disturbance?
Objection, leaving by foundation calls for legal business.
Could you repeat the question, please?
I'm going to ask you a different question. Did the landlord hire you as a security guard to protect its building?
Yes.
Overruled.
And did you do that?
Yes.
For how long?
For about 4 years.
During those 4 years, did you ever have a problem with anybody else?
Never.
Not one time.
Not as far as I can remember, no. Not a perfect employee, but a good employee.
Did the defendant take a swing at you?
She did.
When she took a swing at you, it didn't hit your body, correct?
No.
Did the defendant use her fingernails to cut your face?
She did.
As a result of the cut to your face, did you have to see 2 different plastic surgeons?
Yes,
Did you undergo plastic surgery?
I did.
Girl.
Your Honor, if I may show exhibit number 7.
Well, that's it, it's the photographs, you never disclosed it.
22 photographs that we discussed already.
I'm gonna let him show the photographs.
Can we see the photographs?
What's that?
I'm sorry, for the record, please.
Overruled.
Yes, this is a civil case.
Number, page number.
Would it be okay to get one of those books?
For those asking, this is a civil case. This is not criminal. This is a 2020 case of which Cardi B is accused of assaulting a security guard when she went to an OBGYN appointment. According to the opening statement, because we weren't able to hear the the plaintiffs, because Cardi is the defendant in this case. They're basically saying that, well, we heard the defendant because we heard Cardi's, we didn't hear the plaintiffs. According to Cardi's story, she's saying she went on a Saturday. She didn't want nobody there. It was supposed to be private. The lady started taking pictures of her. She wanted her pregnancy to be private. She said this lady swung on her first, is what Cardi is alleging in this case. So that is what's happening now. Looks like it's some pictures where she's going to show these alleged scars that she needed plastic surgery for. Hope that catches you guys up that just came in. If you could be so kind, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We do have a goal if you guys want to support the channel. If not, you could support it by just liking and subscribing. Back to regularly scheduled programming.
Your Honor, I would like to show exhibit 7-001.
Understanding you're objecting to their admission, do you want them to lay foundation, or are we going to stipulate foundation?
Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You want
I
to
thought you were
stipulate?
asking him what it.
So before you enter exhibits, unless it's something you stipulated to, you have to lay the foundation of it. You can't just say, Your Honor, I want to enter in exhibit 1. No, you have to say, Your Honor, at this time, what am I handing to you is the proposed exhibit 1. Give it to the client or the witness, I'm sorry, and say, what is that in your hand? It's a photo. Do you recognize it? Is it in the same or substantially same, look the same as it was? Who took the photo? Like, it has to be a foundation. We got a lot of fake stuff out here, a lot of fake AI or other situations where it needs to be authenticated. So when they say lay the foundation, you can't just enter in evidence without laying the foundation first. So I don't know if this is something that's stipulated to, or if this is something of which it has not, but it sounds like if they're talking about laying foundation, it hasn't been entered into yet or agreed.
Lay foundation.
Do you want them to lay foundation? You stipulate to it.
No, no.
Okay. Then why don't you show the photo?
number 7.
What in the world? George Jesus. No, I'm talking about. Okay, so apparently.
At some point recently, did you go to the building and accompany people from my office to take photographs of the incident?
Yes.
And the purpose of taking the photographs were to show where the incident occurred and give the jury understanding of what kind of building we're looking at, we're dealing with?
Yes.
And you feel it's important that they see that?
Absolutely.
Your Honor, may I publish that 7-001?
You only had her authenticating.
Have you? Let me leave my comments to myself. So what he tried to do is lay the foundation. Now he's asking to publish it, which means to be able to show it to everybody. So even if it's admitted and the court says it's admitted as Exhibit 1, if you want to publish it, meaning you want to show it to the jurors and you want to show it to the gallery, you have to request permission to publish. You can't just automatically show it even if it's admitted.
For the first page, just want to have her thumb through it.
Sure.
Verify that those are the photographs you took.
Yes, Your Honor, I will do so. If you can look at 7-001 through 7-022, if you can look at all those photographs. Are those photographs of the building where you worked on February 24th, 2018?
So this is laying the foundation. That's what I was going to say. It doesn't even sound like he laid the foundation, but now he's laying the foundation, asking her what it is. Does she recognize it? And you'll see all of the questions, and the purpose is to lay the foundation so it could be entered into evidence.
Yes.
And if you look towards the end, 7-022, is that the area where the incident took place?
One second. Yes.
Can I show them to?
Yeah, just say during the 5 minutes you published.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm just going to show Exhibit 7-001. Ms. Ellis, is this the photograph that we discussed, which is the outside of the building where you worked at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard, Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Okay, 7-002, is this a closer picture of the same building?
Correct.
And this is a 6-story building in the city of Beverly Hills. It's an older building, correct?
Correct.
And then 7-003, we're getting closer to the front.
Correct.
7-004, is that the front entrance of the building where you work?
Yes.
Okay, 7-005, another photograph of the same front, closer up.
Yes.
7-006, you see that photograph? Is that the inside of the lobby of the building where you work?
Yes.
And 7-007, was that security booth there when you worked there? Do you remember?
It was.
Did you sit behind that security booth?
I did.
And on the date of the incident, were you wearing your uniform?
Yes.
7-007 is a photograph of that booth where you sit. 7-008, was that sign there on the date when you worked there?
Yes.
7-009, these are the elevators that guests and visitors of the building would take to get upstairs, is that correct?
Yes.
And on the date of the incident, Do you remember if you took the elevator to get to the 5th floor, or maybe took the stairs? Do you remember?
I'm not sure.
All right, if I can take, we're gonna skip. 7-010. Is this a photograph of the elevator which Cardi B got out of on February 24, 2018?
Yes,
And that's the elevator that you entered, correct?
yes,
It's a relatively small elevator, isn't it?
yes.
And 7-011. Is that a photograph of the elevator area where the incident took place that we took recently?
Yes,
And obviously on the day of the incident, you were there. It was Saturday, correct?
yes.
Was it this way with garbage all around, or not?
Not at that time, no.
7012 and 7013 and 7014 and 7015 are photographs of the hallway leading up to the elevator bay, correct?
Yes,
And did Miss Cardi B walk down the hallway after she spoke with you and came back, or did everything happen right at the elevator bay?
she did. She came out and looked around, and then when she heard what I said, she turned back around to approach me.
So if we could go to 7-021. This is where the entire incident took place, correct?
Yes,
And on the date of the incident, I'll start that. After the incident happened, were you intending to sue?
no,
Is that why you didn't take photographs yourself?
Assisting.
Why didn't you take photographs of the cut to your face or any injury you sustained after the assault and battery?
Objection lacks foundation argument.
repeat the questions.
Why did you not take photographs of the scar after the incident?
I was upset. I was a lot going on. I'm not sure.
And you were not intending to sue, is that correct?
No.
Were you intending to sue Cardi B at that moment when the incident occurred?
No, I was not.
So does she not have photos of the scars? Is that what they're saying? She doesn't have any photos?
In addition to being a security guard, did you have interest in criminal justice?
Yes,
What were the classes that you took or were going to take?
I got my bachelor's degree in criminal justice administration.
And after this incident, did you continue in that path?
I chose a different career field.
What is your current career at this time?
I work in social services.
What do you do? Who do you work with?
I work with low-income families to access resources.
Did Miss Cardi B, after this incident, post different things about you to her fans?
She did,
And how many different instances?
probably about 2.
And did you do the same thing back to her?
Never.
After the incident, did you seek medical treatment from a psychologist, Nicole McKenzie?
Yes,
And that was approximately 2 months after the incident?
correct.
What did Dr. McKenzie do for you?
She provided therapy, counseling therapy.
Was it helpful?
I believe it was at the time.
Before the incident, did you ever have any type of psychological or psychiatric medical treatment?
Can I answer it? Something happened with my sister and a neighbor. My family was given therapy on behalf of that. That was all I know about.
And how long ago was that before the incident?
Over 10, 15 years ago before the incident.
So approximately what year was that?
I'm not sure.
And was there a gap between the completion of
Hopefully it'll be back on. Mods, make sure that everyone is being respectful in the chat. If they are not, then you know what to do. This is a struggle stream, I see. So for those that's just coming in, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I know we're a little bit behind, so
It was.
there it goes.
Like Foundation calls for medical.
Sustained, please disregard the prior answer.
Did you go to Nicole McKenzie because you were assaulted and battered on February 24th of 2018 by Cardi? Objection.
Overruled.
Answer. Yes.
Did you go there for any other reason?
No.
And around that time, did you also seek medical treatment from Dr. John Scher?
I did.
And he's a cosmetic plastic surgeon?
Yeah. He was, yes.
Is it your understanding that he died in 2021?
Yes.
And when you saw him, did he advise you that you needed to wait at least 1 year to determine if the cut became a scar?
Objection, hearsay, and the.
Why don't you rephrase the question?
Did Dr. Scher ask you to return approximately 1 year after he saw you for the first time?
Overruled.
He did.
Why did he ask you to wait 1 year?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know why he asked you to wait for a whole year before seeking medical treatment?
Objection, like Foundation.
He said he didn't want to treat it prematurely and for me to come back.
Did the scar become a keloid?
It made a scar, yes.
Do you know if it's called a keloid or you're not sure?
I'm not sure if it's called a keloid.
Before the incident of February 24th, 2018, did you have any scars to your left cheek?
Never.
Did you have any scars anywhere on your face?
Never.
At some point, well, straight. Do you remember the pandemic in April of 2020?
I do.
You remember that there was a period of time where elective medical treatment was not allowed?
Yes.
What about the cost of the treatment? Could you afford to pay $15,000, $20,000 to get plastic surgery to your face?
No.
Did Dr. Mulliken agree to treat you on a lean basis?
He did.
And when you got medical treatment on a lean basis, is it your understanding that regardless of the outcome of the case, you still owe Dr. Mulliken the fees for the treatment that he did? Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Did you also see a pain management doctor for one visit?
I did.
Did you also treat with different psychologists, including Alex Avila and other psychologists on October 8th, 22 through July 2nd of 23?
Objection, it's a violation of order granting the motion of eliminate.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did you seek treatment from psychologists, including Alex Avila and other psychologists from October 8th, 22 through July 2nd of 23?
Same objection.
Correct, yes.
And for that psychological treatment, did Dr. Avila's office agree to treat you on a lien basis?
They did, yes.
For Nicole McKenzie, did you, would the medical bills totaling $5,087 from her office for medical treatment that you received related to this incident?
Objection. Eliminate. Vice foundation.
Sustained.
Is it your understanding that your total medical bills related to this incident are $36,000?
We need to start with the foundation. We need to establish what she wants to know.
Did you receive medical bills at your home from these different medical providers?
I'm not sure.
Did some of the medical providers send you bills to your home?
I'm sure it is.
Did some of the medical providers that I mentioned advise you of the amounts that they were charging you for their medical treatment?
Yes.
Was the medical treatment that you received from these medical providers beneficial to you?
It was.
Do you still suffer from psychological issues related to this incident?
Objection.
Sustained.
I do, yes.
The objection was sustained.
I'm sorry.
Sustained.
The judge says sustained and you don't.
I apologize.
How often, since this incident, February 24th of 2018, how often do you see your grandmother, Diane Schmidt?
Objection. Otherwise.
Once a month
And where does she live?
in Las Vegas.
And she's here today to testify on your behalf?
She is.
Do you know how old your grandmother is?
79.
Do you have respect for authority?
Yes.
Sustained.
Where does your grandmother live?
Las Vegas.
Do you ever visit your grandmother in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Asked and answered.
And for what reason did you visit Las Vegas to visit your grandmother?
To check on her. She's a senior.
Do you take any medication or drugs?
No.
Do you drink alcohol regularly?
No.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your expectations are when you work security at that building on February 24th of 2018?
Are you asking me what were my duties today?
What were your expectations? What was your expectation from visitors or guests who were coming to that building on that day?
Sustained.
When you worked security on February 24th of 2018, did the owner hire you to do security for them?
Yes.
And why did they hire you?
Objection. Cause for speculation. Vice foundation.
Sustained.
throwing him off with those objections. He's already struggling.
And after this incident, you decided to discontinue working as a security guard. We're not blaming it on the incident, but we're saying that, I want to be clear, that after this incident, you have decided that you're no longer going to work as a security guard, correct?
Yes.
And before the incident happened, did you have that intention, or did that intention come about after the incident?
Objection, calm down.
It came after the incident. I had plans of promoting, moving up, definitely staying at that job.
Did you, well, I'll strike that. Did you ever want to become a police officer?
I did.
Do you still want to become a police officer?
No.
And why is that?
I was deeply traumatized about what happened.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your trauma that you suffered from this incident?
Yes. I deal with anxiety, deal with depression. I have post-traumatic stress. I have a scar on my face. I deal with insomnia. Things like that.
Do you believe that the incident, well, start that. Are you single at this time?
I am.
Were you single at the time of the incident?
I'm not sure.
Do you believe that this incident has an effect on your future ability to have a partner?
Objection.
That's So they're trying to work up her damages now. For those that saying
Do
why
you
it's relevant.
expect Cardi B to pay for your medical bills?
State. So,
Aside from calling you the N-word, spitting at you, taking a swing at you, cutting your face with her fingernails, is there anything else that she did on February 24th, 2018 to you?
I mean, the whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
That wasn't the question.
Did she ever apologize for what she did?
Never,
Would you want her to apologize?
of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
That was it.
cross examine.
That's the cross.
And if it's okay, I'll use the podium. With a slight adjustment.
Those coming in, this is the Cardi B assault
Good afternoon, Ms. Ellis.
case.
Your lawyer showed you photos of the building that you were working on at as a security guard in February 2018. Do you know the name of the building?
I don't know the name.
Was it Beverly Hills Medical Center?
It could have been.
Yeah, it was a medical facility, right?
Yes.
And the incident that you claim happened that day happened at approximately 1:30 p.m.?
Approximately, yes.
And you knew at the time, when you saw Cardi B, that she was going to a medical appointment, correct?
I didn't know where she was going, but she was at the building.
And you understood that she was going to a medical appointment, right?
She was going to an appointment, yes.
And it was a medical building, right?
Yes.
Your deposition was taken and you said that you understood, testified under oath in your deposition. Let me ask, do you remember your deposition was taken in this action?
Yes.
You remember taking an oath at the deposition to tell the truth?
Yes.
And that under the same penalties of perjury that apply in this courtroom, for example, correct?
Yes.
And you testified that you understood when you saw Cardi B that she was going to a medical appointment, right?
Yes.
Now, after this incident, you talked to your supervisor at Allied, right?
Yes,
And she told you to submit a incident report, correct?
yes,
And you emailed an incident report to your supervisor 2 days later, right?
I don't know about 2 days, but I sent it to her, yes.
Yes. And it was by email.
I'm not sure how she received it.
Your Honor, if we may, I'd like to show the witness the incident report that she did not produce in discovery.
To refresh your recollection.
I would object to that based on authenticity, it's not her document.
I think it is a refreshing your recollection. Over.
Authenticated that. If she wrote it.
This is a document that we got from Allied pursuant to a trial subpoena.
So apparently it
And-
wasn't produced and they were able to get it.
It's not in the book. So let me provide a copy. Should I hand it to the clerk?
You can push.
So they have
I
an
think you're right.
incident report that she filed 2 days after the incident to her facility where she worked.
Does that refresh your memory that you sent an email to your supervisor on February 26, 2018?
Okay,
Do you recall that now?
I don't, but I'm looking at what you gave me.
And that's your email address, right?
Yes,
And it's addressed to your supervisor, Jessica,
yes,
and it's dated February 24, 2018? No, I apologize, it's dated February 26, 2018, and the subject is 224-18 incident report. You see that?
I see it, yes.
Yes. Now, before we talk more about that incident report, do you remember receiving in this case discovery requests that you had to verify under oath, where people asked you questions and got documents?
I'm not sure.
Let's see if we can refresh your recollection. With
So apparently it sounds like she was supposed to produce this information and she did
I
not.
mean, Your Honor, to explain to counsel that it's plaintiff's response and objection to defendant Cardi B's demand for production of documents, set 2. And, yeah, Coach?
Sure.
Thank you. Look to the last 2 pages. Is that a verification by you, signed by you, under oath, that the statements in the response are true and correct?
I'm sorry, were you asking me?
Is that your signature on the last page there?
Yes,
And you verified that, you signed stating that under penalty of perjury, the statements in the document are true, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not sure.
Well, please look at it. If you could please look at pages
Her whole demeanor is changed.
5 and 6. The plaintiff has no emails related to this lawsuit.
So she said there's no emails related.
Are you asking me about this email on the paper?
I'm asking you about the response. You made a discovery in this case stating that under oath, you have no emails that relate to this incident. Is
Well,
that
that's
correct?
correct. I don't have access to this email anymore.
Okay, so okay. Let's go back. Actually, we have one other response, another sworn response. Your Honor, I would like to show the witness plaintiff's responses to defendant Cardi B's special interrogatories, which rather than asking for documents, ask for information. May I approach?
Go ahead.
Where's the date of the document?
It was served on January 3rd, 2024. And the verification is dated January 30, 2024. Yeah? Well. And that's your signature at the last page, verifying under oath that the statements in the document are true and correct?
My signature, yes.
Okay, and you understood that you were verifying under oath that the statements in that document were correct?
Yes.
And in that document as well, you said you had no emails related to this incident, this lawsuit, right?
I'm not sure if I said that in this document, but
Could you please look at pages 4 to 5? In fact, you say it 5 times. If memory serves, it's in bold.
okay.
And you never produced the email that you sent to your supervisor on February 26th in 2018 in this lawsuit, did you?
I don't have access to that email, sir.
My question to you is, did you ever produce that email?
I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
Did you ask, you had discovery obligations, yes, did you ask Allied for a copy of the email that you are now testifying you couldn't access?
I wasn't in communication with Ally.
Okay, so let's talk about what you said on the email to your supervisor 2 days after the incident. If you look at page 1, it states that you were the daytime guard on duty at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. You were on patrol, and I had, quote unquote, I had 2 cell phones, the work phone and also my personal phone. I had my cell phone to my ear. Do you see that language?
Okay,
Do you see the language?
I see it, yes.
And you wrote that 2 days after the incident?
I don't remember writing this, but if this is what you have.
Your Honor, I would ask that you read the whole sentence for completeness.
I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know that, but.
Well, that's the portion I intend to read. So he's welcome to read whatever he wants to read.
Well, you're just reading half a sentence. It would be unfair for me.
Why don't you provide a copy?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me actually include the declaration that came with it. Of Allied.
Sorry.
Too much stuff. When we talk about the first paragraph,
It does appear to be a narrative, so if you want to read everything, it's fine.
should I read it or are you asking her to read it?
So, no, go ahead.
Okay. And just that sentence, Your Honor?
Just read it. Whatever it is, make sure it's in context.
Okay, thank you. Again, the context is that you state in this that you are a daytime guard on duty at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. Per usual, I was conducting a routine patrol of the building premises, and as part of that patrol, I checked the rooftop, all tenant levels, and parking garages. At approximately 13:30 hours, and just to clarify, that is 1:30, correct?
Yes.
I was finishing a patrol on the 5th floor of the building. In my hand, I had 2 cell phones, the AUS work phone, and I also had my personal cell phone. I held my cell phone to my ear, checking my voicemail because my mother is recovering from cancer and is in chemotherapy, so sometimes I don't get the calls and have to check the voicemails. You remember that?
I'm reading it with you, yes.
Basically
And do you-
explaining why she on the phone.
Are you telling me you have no recollection of this 2-page email detailing the event that you sued over?
I remember writing an incident report and sending it over.
Well, do you recall also that you produced in this case your T-Mobile cell phone records, correct?
Yes.
And if I could, I believe
That's
that's
all
an exhibit
record.
because it is an exhibit.
Can you share, Your Honor, may I ask if they can share the exhibit number, please?
So why don't we, do this, just to move things along, why don't we take our afternoon break now? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take an afternoon break. Since we have a couple things to discuss and I need to give the court reporter some time out, why don't we resume back at 3:15? In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't call me opinions or do any research about the case. We will see you at 3:15.
Okay. Hold on. They must have a few issues.
I apologize. This is what we have tried to convey. Since July, we've been trying to work with this gentleman to get his exhibits and to finish the exhibit, the joint exhibit list. We have filed the memorandum with the declaration that shows me in August repeatedly asking.
Okay, let's fast forward.
We have not.
Maybe there's a lack of meeting it different. Do you have all of their documents yet?
At 8:45, he handed them to me today.
Okay.
And we previously produced the documents and produced them as trial exhibits by service at 11:47 on Friday, which he disputes happened, but I have a proof of service.
Okay,
And if I made my comment about that, something.
sure.
Mayor, Your Honor, I just want to be clear that on Wednesday, I was moving my son into college. He got a message from plaintiff's counsel that the court wanted us to make change to the documents. He did not respond to this. Peter said, this is detailed in something you filed with the court, letter after letter after letter, he did not respond to. He already filed his documents to the court on Tuesday when he's leaving me voicemail saying, the court is telling us we have to make changes to the documents and submit them. The documents that were filed were not filed by document consent. He was leaving voicemail saying we have to get the documents filed while he already filed the documents. Yeah, I just wanted you to know,
I'm
those are
working
not our
about
documents.
exhibits. Do you have you got their exhibits this morning?
We got their exhibit book this morning.
Okay.
What, Art? Sorry, I'm trying to not trip over a wire. And I apologize for that, Your Honor. It almost killed me. I think what I'm about to say is correct, but one of these lawyers will correct me if I'm wrong. We initially, before the final trial status conference, filed what we had and explained that we had not heard from counsel. Counsel, the court admonished everyone to cooperate. We identified 3 remaining open issues and repeatedly asked him to identify the documents. He has these for his exhibits, he had these generic references to medical records, things like that. We asked him, and he's asking us to authenticity, and we said, give us the documents, so we know what we're relating to. We did not get a response to any of those questions. He then unilaterally, well, as we got closer to the, he unilaterally last week filed these trial documents, which we understood he was saying us to review, pursuant to what Ms. Morgan said, and found out only on Saturday he didn't actually file them. Yesterday, we, to at least show our side of it, because he doesn't include everything that we put in, filed our own unjoined things and jury instructions and everything. So it is extremely confusing, I understand that, but there is no agreed upon joint exhibit list, there is no agreed upon joint witness list. Our witness list, for example, includes Tierra Malcolm, his doesn't, things like that.
Okay. Do you have all their exhibits now?
Yes, sir. I'm not clear what he's talking about. The court's order says we're supposed to bring him 5 books today. I brought 5 exhibit books today. I gave him 1, and I distributed it to the court. And he's giving me his book. So I don't know what he's talking about. But what I do notice is throughout this cross-examination is just bringing on things. I don't know if it's for impeachment or not, but that's my concern. When I ask him, where is it in the exhibit book? He
So
can't
that,
tell me.
and I think that was one of the points the court made earlier. I don't want interrogatories and RFPs to be exhibits, because they're
They're
not.
not, they aren't included in the exhibit part.
And so I think your obligation is to specifically identify the caption and the date it was served. I think that's adequate, but the plaintiff's counsel on note.
And that's what I did, and yes.
I know, but he had to ask, so.
My apologies.
Okay.
My apologies. And this particular Allied document is a document that was produced from the Allied's records, this email. We have an affidavit.
No, I don't have an issue with this,
Okay.
you refresh your recollection, and I think she sent it, so.
And I showed him as I was passing what the discovery response was, but I'll be specific without him passing.
So I need you all to work together a little bit more.
Yeah.
I wish you could. Should be fighting against each other. That's your clients that you're trying to represent here. So if we need to put our heads together, do we have a final verdict form?
We did, we filed one before and he approved it. Your Honor made one change to it, and I don't recall what it was, because we had, I think there were a few words that were different in the approved form, and that was done at the final status conference. We also had a joint statement that Your Honor made that up.
Okay. So, and here's the issue, just to explain myself with respect to it. To the extent that she treated with a doctor, she did treat with a doctor, so I'm not going to exclude that. If I excluded the doctor as a witness, that's a different story.
Well, the evidence is that if you're talking about Dr. Avila, he was not a treating physician.
She testified that he was. So.
Well, that's because he's trying to do an end run around the exclusion of.
Okay. All right. Anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. In my defense, Your Honor, all of these things I disagree with, and I'm not going to get into the details. All I can say is Dr. Avila did treat my client, and he signed the report in the bill, and that's why I asked her about it. So.
Okay.
If I may just, because I know you've got a lot of cases. Dr. Avila was never identified as an expert. He then tried to replace Dr.
We've gone over this.
Okay, just want to make sure you do it.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. We will see you.
So it sounds like, because someone asked about the pictures, from what I am gathering, pictures were not taken from this young lady after the incident. Her attorney was trying to establish that she didn't have, she wasn't considering lawsuit. She wasn't going to sue Cardi B. So what he tried to establish was that's why there's no pictures on the day of, the day after, or any way around to show the alleged scar or scratch to her face that she was alleging. I would presume that there's going to be a doctor, and this is what they're talking about, experts in treating physicians, who will probably come forward, especially if there was a plastic surgeon that looked at that scar. There'll probably be someone that comes forward, and there may be some pictures of scars or where this is on her face, but it won't be immediately after the incident or the same day of the incident. So when they talk about pictures, I don't believe it's not going to be any pictures. She alleged that she didn't take any immediately after the incident because she just was not thinking, that she was going to sue. That was not in her mind that she was going to sue Cardi B. Another issue that I did see in the chat that I wanted to quickly address is the notion that she's only suing for $25,000. I believe she said the plastic surgery was $36,000. Sounds like she is not going to make a work employment loss claim, because Cardi B's team seemed surprised when they mentioned it in opening statement. They were like, objected and said that they're not going to even present one of those claims. But I think what happened is at the bottom of the pleading, if it has an amount, typically that's just the threshold amount that you have to reach to be in that court. So like in federal court, it has to be at least $75,000. And of course, there's another criteria as well, but the monetary amount has to be at least 75. So when people see that number, they'll say, oh, they're suing for 75. No, they usually just say more than 75. So that means they can get $2 million. They can get 75,000. It has to be $75,001. It has to be over 75. So those were some of the issues that I continuously was seeing in the chat. So I wanted to quickly address that. I'm assuming they are just on break right now. Let me see, because it's still live streaming. So let me see if there's any more questions. SW, you guys have been going in on Cardi's wig. This is her professional lady court wig. Said, I know we being serious, but that wig. Thank you, SW, for the super chat. Attitude and Tylenol, thank you for the super chat. Sherman Walker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And Miss T, thank you for the super chat. Let me see if there are any more. Man, Mika, the way I would have took those pictures immediately. So I don't know. Tyrone said, Pam, now I know you are laughing about this case. No pictures or reports from police or doctors for her surgery. I always take pictures of all incidents. Listen, I'm keeping an open mind. I'm trying to, but I wasn't very impressed by the direct examination. It sounded a bit, a little weak there, but we'll see. We'll see what else she has. Her grandmother, I guess, is probably going to testify that she saw the scar immediately after. She's like almost 80. So we'll see what she testifies to. The surgeon will probably come on and talk about what he saw and why the recommendation for the plastic surgery even was recommended. And I surmise that there also be maybe a couple of more witnesses on the psychological impact. The attorney spent a lot of time focusing on her needing to go to therapy, it's traumatized her where now she doesn't want to be a police officer, which is very interesting to me because getting spit on or even getting scratched, even assuming just for sake of argument that Cardi B did do what she's alleging was done is nothing to what police officers endure every day. So for that to deter her, maybe that was not the field for her, because you're talking about from ODing on the ground to people walking around like we saw Nas X with no clothes on and assaulting you. You have people trying to stab you, pew you. You're talking about being a police officer. So it's my opinion that, well, I know that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to justify a large damage award. I don't know the total amount because I don't know if they gave one, but at the beginning, there was no sound, so we weren't able to see that. Don't ask me, said case dismissed. Just Lisa says subpoena. So this is what happened on that for those that don't know. When you're doing litigation, you have what's called discovery, of which each side tries to get evidence for your positions in the case. You just try, generally you seek evidence. Typically it's discovery is it's very broad. Most discovery rules will tell you that it doesn't have to necessarily be relevant initially, but if it's reasonably calculated to lead to admissible evidence, then you can seek it. And so in the interrogatories, that's informal discovery, of which you send a bunch of questions, usually up to about 20, depending on your jurisdiction amount that they let you, and request for production of documents. So I'm going to say, please produce each and every email related to this case, as they've done here. Please produce each and every medical record that you have. Please produce your driver's record. Please produce your criminal record. I could ask you to produce all of that stuff. And I'll ask you questions like they did. Have you ever received or have you ever sent any emails related to this case? Well, apparently she responded to those requests and said, no, there are no emails in this case. Now, as attorney, regardless to what you ask the other side to give you, you have subpoena power. So I may ask you to send me the emails, but I'm subpoenaing your company for your emails, or I may subpoena your phone records, or I may subpoena your employment, your place of employment, like was done in this case. So we ask you for the information to turn it over, but we're gonna send a subpoena. We're not, we're not going to just trust if we have direct access from the source that you're going to really give it to us, but it's informal. So a lot of times it'll lead us to other avenues to ask for information. So in this case, again, they asked for email. She said, we don't have any. They subpoenaed her place of employment and they found this email that she doesn't remember writing 2 days after the incident to her employer. So in that, she said she had a cell phones in her hand. And so, of course, that would go to Cardi B's position that she was trying to record her. Now, what was interesting is the young lady said in the email, I was on the phone checking my voicemail for my grandma and all of that. And I think what she was trying to do was protect her job, because who in the heck is the security guard where you're supposed to be focused on safety? And as a security guard, you need all eyes and ears open. You're on the phone. So to me, it sounds like very convenient that now you got to check voicemails and all of that, because again, I think she knew Cardi B was going to say that you were recording her. Or maybe the cameras, I don't know if they had them in this building or not, were going to show you had phones in your hand. So I can tell by how she's telling the story that her attorney was trying to, because we all get bad facts in all of our cases. So I think that attorney was trying to come to a reasoning as to why. Well, I think she was trying to come to a reasoning why, rather, not the attorney, because it sounded like the attorney may have just found out about this document not too long ago. But she was trying to come with a rationale, which was like interesting to me, that you tried to come up with a rationale as to why you had these phones. Like to say, well, I was on the phone because I was just trying to check, because you're not supposed to be on your phone while you're at work, especially doing security in most jobs. So let's see. Her lawyer should be fined for wasting our tax money and bringing in frivolous lawsuit. That's from Sunflower and Me. We haven't heard the whole case. Okay, so we're going to try our best to keep an open mind. I know it's a public person, but she was at the doctor. I agree. No, it's not. HIPAA is for entities. You guys know what the HIPAA law is, and I know that word has come up a lot when it comes to medical. But I understand. And you pregnant too? Like I get it. I get, the irritation, and that's one of the downfalls of being a celebrity, that people want to talk to celebrities, take pictures with celebrities, and they don't care. You can be with your family. This is why people will talk about how rude some celebrities are, because they don't want to be bothered with you when they're out here trying to be with their families. Let me see what other comments you have. I think hopefully they'll be starting back soon. Sounds like they're starting the audio. Oh my. All these court cases. Well, this was a 2020 case. Why it took so long to go to trial, I really don't know. Why it took so long to get to this point. But I mean, she did not settle this case. So I think she believed that she can beat it. So she's like, listen. She's like, I'm a roll the dice on this one. And it's expected that she's going to testify according to report. So hold on 1 second, y'all. They should be back shortly. Remember, this is in California, so where it's like 6:47 Eastern Standard Time, you're talking about 3:47 there. And there had to be a 30-minute delay. It's not technically live streamed. So I think the judge told them they had to do a 30-minute delay or something. So they should be back shortly. You guys, please make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying the conversation, the commentary. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, all opinions are welcome as long as you just be respectful. Be respectful to each other in your opinions, because we're not going to all agree, which is what makes the platform as successful as it has been, is because we're not one side or the other. Even though we know we're going to get some diehard Cardi fans, we're going to get some diehard anti-Cardi fans. We expect it every time we talk about any cases involving artists. Everyone has their fave. God forbid the Tory Lane case. That's where I learned my lesson, my baptism by fire, that when you come against some of these people and their opinions on their favorites, they will drag you to hell, okay? So I just ask that you be respectful, and you don't have to agree with what I say and what my opinion is. I appreciate the challenging of it all. That's how we learn. But let's see. Now they done went dark. Let's see. Did it go up? Oh, there we back. I don't know. They've been struggling. This been a struggle stream. Just hold on, y'all. Hold on. Mermaid Money says she still should not have assaulted that woman. That's her allegation. Cardi saying it was self-defense. And I do understand Cardi has a history of assaultive like behavior. However, that will not be introduced in this trial. There was a motion in
Back
limine.
in the record in the Ellis matter, counsel and the parties are present, as are the members of our jury. Ms. Ellis, you're on the stand, and you're reminded you're still under oath?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to resume your cross-exam?
Yes, thank you. Okay, let's back up just a little. One second. So, on that day in February 2018, when you were on duty as a security guard, you were wearing black boots, right?
Yes.
And you testified earlier when your counsel was asking you questions that you had a earpiece and you were checking voicemail. Well, I'm sorry, I mistaken. That you had an earpiece in your head when you saw Cardi, right?
Yes.
And you were, but then in the incident report, we saw that you wrote that you had your phone to your ear, correct?
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's what it says on the paper, yes.
Yes. And if you look at that incident report at the very top, it says from Emani Ellis, Emani Ellis at gmail.com. That's your personal email account, right?
Yes.
And is doing incident reports a normal practice in the security guard business?
When something happens, yes.
In fact, you do daily activity reports as a security guard?
Yes.
So the reports are very important, right?
Yes.
And in the incident report, when you were reporting back to your supervisor, you said that you were checking your voicemail, right?
That's what the email says.
The email that bears your name, right? Reporting on the incident that you have sued over.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. If we could turn in the blue book to trial exhibit 200. You see it?
Yes.
And that's a letter from your lawyer to me.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ann?
Yes.
And if you go to the page that has a lot of blacked out entries, is it correct that that is a portion of your T-Mobile invoice, including for February 24, 2018?
Yes.
And you see that at 1:30, you received a call, and that lasted, what, 22 minutes?
Objection, Your Honor. The document does not say 1:30.
Well, maybe my glasses aren't, I need to get a new prescription. Do you see the entry? It's 1:10 p.m. for 22 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, that was a phone call that you received and talked on the phone for 22 minutes.
Yes.
And at 1:40, you made an 8-minute phone call?
Yes.
So much for checking voicemails, huh?
And whose phone number is that?
Which time are you referring to?
310-403-3656.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Yes, absolutely, I apologize. 310-403-3656.
I don't know who the number belongs to, but it's probably a family member of mine.
Is that Nicholas Jackson's phone number?
Probably yes.
Val. Oh my.
If you could go back. And you testified that you said, when you saw Cardi B, you said something to the effect of, wow, that was Cardi B.
Something to the effect of that.
And at that point, as a security guard, you knew it would have been improper for you as a security guard to tell people that Cardi was a patient at a medical facility, correct?
I didn't tell anyone that I saw her.
Please answer the question. No, I can repeat it if you like.
Okay.
Isn't it true that as a security guard who'd been trained, as you said, and worked for 4 years, you knew it would have been improper for you to tell people that Cardi B was a patient at a medical facility?
Objection, asked and answered.
She didn't answer it.
It would be improper, but I did not tell anyone I saw her.
Move to strike everything after improper.
Well, then I want you to answer the question, okay? So if you can answer the question with a yes or no question, please answer yes or no.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understood when you saw Cardi B that she thought that you were using your phone to tell people that she was at a medical facility, correct?
Yes.
And as I understand it, you denied that you used your cell phone to photograph or film Cardi B on that day, is that correct?
That's not true. I didn't record her or film her.
The question was, is it correct that you denied using your personal cell phone to photograph or videotape Cardi B on February 24, 2018?
Yes.
Objection, begging of the videos.
And isn't it correct that you don't have that phone, right? You no longer have that phone, you disposed of it. You can't show us that phone and show that you don't have any photographs or videos of Cardi B. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And rather than simply leaving, you stepped out of the elevator and told Cardi B to repeat what she said. Say it again. Isn't that what you did?
No.
Well, if you look at the incident report, quote, you see in the second paragraph, I stepped out of the elevator and asked her to repeat what she said to me, and so she did, angrily putting her finger in my face and yelling at me. You see that?
I stepped out of the elevator to clarify.
And you told her, say that again, right?
I don't remember saying say that again.
And your testimony was that you and Cardi B yelled at each other for 30 seconds?
She yelled at me. My voice was firm because I was upset.
Are you denying that you testified at your deposition and stated to Dr. McKenzie that you were yelling and cursing at Cardi B?
I'm not denying it. I just wanted to clarify.
She said she was firm. Cardi was yelling.
And as you were yelling at Cardi B and people stepped out of her doctor's office, one of them stepped in between you to separate you two, isn't that correct?
Yes, because she was in my face.
And the people came out of the woman's care doctor's office?
Employees came out from the 5th floor. I would assume they were from women's care.
And the woman who stepped in between you came out of that office?
I believe it was her, yes.
And you testified in your deposition that Cardi B spit at you after the other people came out of the doctor's office, isn't that correct?
She did.
Move to strike as non-responsive. And if
Why don't you clarify the question?
you testified at your deposition under oath, you said at that point that Cardi B spit at you after the other people came to intervene in the argument, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And yet, in the report, you state I advised Cardi B that she needed to get her finger out of my face because I had not did anything to her. She then responded by spit at me. That's how it's spelled. And as a result, I became angry and yelled out to her to leave me alone and go on about her business. A few moments later, I remember a few people coming out and trying to separate us. That's what you said in your email, correct? 2 days after.
Correct.
And you stated in your incident report that Cardi B's nails were 3 inches long that day.
They were.
Your Honor, if we could ask for an admonition for the witness to answer the questions I'm asking.
Yeah, so please just focus on the question and answer the question asked.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the question is, you claimed in the incident report that Cardi's nails were 3 inches long that day. Isn't that true?
Yes.
And you testified at your deposition that Cardi pointed her fingernail at your face, right?
Yes.
And you state in your February 26, 2018 incident report, bear with me for a second. I'm sorry, I have a marked copy of this one, and I can't bring it with me. You state in your incident report that she scratched you on your nose, right?
Objection, misstates the testimony.
Well, it's contrary to the, sorry, Your Honor. You testified in this trial, that Cardi B cut your cheek, yet you stated in your email to your supervisor on February 26, 2018, that Cardi B cut you on the nose. Isn't that true?
Objection, misstates the testimony.
She put her finger in my face.
Okay, first of all, you have testified here today under oath that Cardi B, 7 years later, that Cardi B cut your cheek, your left cheek. Isn't that true?
Yes.
And you state in your report 2 days after the incident that she scratched your nose. quote unquote, third paragraph, at this time, she continued to yell at me and point her 3-inch acrylic fingernails into my face, scratching my nose. See that?
Yes, but into my face.
Move to strike out everything after yes.
Over, motion tonight.
And you were clear at your deposition that you had changed the story to Cardi supposedly cutting your cheek, not her nose, right?
No,
You specifically testified to that, didn't you?
I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
At your deposition, you specifically testified that you were not scratched on your nose that day, you were scratched on your cheek.
She touched my nose, but she scratched my cheek.
Okay, but in the incident report, you state scratching my nose, right? You have to answer audibly.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And in fact, you demonstrated at the deposition how Cardi B supposedly was nose to nose with you, but jabbed your cheek. Is that true?
Yes.
And if we could show that, this is a video of the deposition where plaintiff demonstrates how she was supposedly scratched on the cheek. That's the deposition video. We may have to come back to that.
Just you have to identify location on it.
Well, we'll have to come back. I don't have that. I have the deposition video. Actually, well, I don't want to hold things up. We'll do that in a little bit. And you admitted at your deposition that there is no scar on your nose, right?
I'm not sure.
Well, we can play that back for you if you like. Did you testify at your deposition that there is no scar on your nose?
I'm not sure.
We're working on that. And in your response, your verified response to the written discovery that was served on you in this case, and specifically special interrogatories number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 25, 26, 27, and 28, that Cardi beat you about the head, face, and body.
I'm objecting because I don't have the number of special Robin's talking about the set and the date.
I haven't used it yet.
Please ask her, I want to know this stuff.
Why don't you break it down?
I'm sorry, you're
Why don't you break it down to the specifics? Shadow arbitrary.
Well, in light of counsel's objection, I can show the witness.
Well,
So
she's
it might be faster if you just read the arbitrary and the response.
he's obviously challenging her credibility, using the incident report from 2 days after to how her story has evolved. Because remember, she allegedly had the plastic surgery for her cheek.
Special interrogatory set number 1.
Is that the 2022,
Yes, this is the jury trial, I believe.
August 9, 22?
May I answer? I just don't like counsel talking to each other.
Peter Elm,
Okay, yes, counsel, it is. The verification under oath is dated August 9, 2022.
Thank you.
you guys are brutal.
And if I can direct you to interrogatory number 1 at page 4. And sorry, it's a long one. I'm trying to.
Yes, flawless and Jima. Thank you so much, co-counsel.
I mean, I don't want to hold this up, so I'm going to have to go back to this. Somewhere in this long golden thing of pages and a half, there's references to what I'm looking
Yes, they are on the West Coast.
for.
That's what she said, Jasmine.
Line 17.
I'm sorry, what was that?
At page 4, line 17 of plaintiff's sworn response to Cardi B's special interrogatory, said number 1, the interrogatory, the response states, and among other things, in specific, on or about February 24, 2018, plaintiff was lawfully working as a security guard on or near the premises of the subject property when defendant Belcalis Almanzar assaulted and battered plaintiff by violently, unlawfully, intentionally, suddenly, and maliciously striking her about the head, face, and body. Do you recall swearing to that under oath?
Yes.
And we can go back to the way you demonstrated this alleged assault on your cheek at your deposition. If we could please play the video associated with 5 minutes, 9 seconds to 56 minutes, 6 seconds.
Is there a question on these?
Oh, those are pages and lines, I'm sorry.
Y'all, please like the video.
Line 9.
If you would be
to
so
page 56,
kind.
Line 6.
Go, Your Honor. Go ahead.
This is the video from the deposition testimony.
Cardi put a finger in your face. Where in your face was it?
She struck me on my nose and on my cheek. She wears her nails very long, very bedazzled, very sharp. So yes,
And you said it made contact with your nose,
yes, and my face.
and so 2 times she touched you.
Yes, so she was like this,
When you say like this, she put her finger
pointing. Yes, so like this, pointing her finger at my face. Yes,
and it touched your nose.
yes.
Where? What part of your nose?
Whatever part of the nose that the nail landed on. Yes,
Oh, I mean, is it the bottom, the middle, the top?
I'm not sure.
And which cheek did she touch?
My left cheek.
Blake, you need to watch this before you think some karma is happening.
Yes.
I don't think this the karma you looking for.
And if you need a moment, you can look at the incident report, but isn't it correct that in the incident report, you made no claim that Cardi struck you about the head and body?
I put in the incident report that she had her finger in my face and she struck my face.
She cut your nose, right? Isn't that what you put in the incident report? That she scratched your nose? You can read it again if you like.
I don't need you to read it. I'm not sure.
Is there anywhere in this incident report that you prepared and sent to your supervisor 2 days after this alleged incident that you said that Cardi struck your body?
In the incident report, it says that she struck me. Yes,
Where?
it's in the paper.
I'm sorry?
It's in the report.
Where in the report?
I reported it that she had her finger in my face.
I understand that, but let's set
Listen
aside.
to the question.
Your finger in your face. Let's set aside supposedly scratching you on your nose that time. That was what you were saying. Is there anywhere in the report that says that Cardi on that day struck your body?
I'm not sure.
Can you take a moment and look through it?
You know it doesn't say she struck you on the body.
As I'm reading it, I reported that she put her 3-inch fingernails into my face.
She does not want
That's
to
what I
answer
remember reporting.
this question.
Well, let's be accurate. I mean, truth is important and accuracy is important. This report that you did 2 days after the incident claims that she put her 3-inch fingernails in your face and scratched you on the nose, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about immediately after the accident.
But Your Honor, I'm gonna object. He said in the face, but the document says into the face. There's a difference.
Why don't you clarify the question?
Thank you, T-Row.
In the incident report, the only scratch that you report is a scratch on your nose that you supposedly suffered that day, correct?
I'm not sure.
You need another moment to look at this?
I reported that she touched my face with her fingers, sir.
Ma'am, the question is, in your incident report, you told your supervisor 2 days afterwards that you suffered a scratch on your nose and no other scratch on your forehead, correct?
Okay.
What does okay mean? You agree?
I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying okay for the purposes of your question.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that means, but let's move on. After the incident, you don't even know if there was any blood, right?
It broke the skin.
Please, ma'am, just answer the question I'm asking. You testified at your deposition that you did not know if the alleged scratch, this time on your cheek, even bled. Isn't that true?
Correct.
And you didn't go to a doctor that day for this alleged assault battery, did you?
I saw a medical doctor, but not at the day of the incident.
Okay, again, let's focus on the questions I'm asking. You allege that you were assaulted, battered, beaten up, scratched somewhere, sometimes on the nose, sometimes on the cheek, and you went home and took a nap, right?
I was
That's what you
upset.
testified
Yes.
at your deposition.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe called your mother, right? That's what you testified to, right?
Yes.
You didn't call your grandmother, though, did you?
No.
You never even put a Band-Aid on this alleged scratch, wherever it was, did you?
Objection calls for speculation.
No.
Thank you, Measurement, for the report.
Your counsel was asking you questions today. He said that he basically elicited testimony from you that since you didn't think you were going to sue, you didn't take any pictures of your alleged injury in February 2018. Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
At your deposition, though, you testified you took pictures that day, and you can't find them. They disappeared somehow. You remember that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I would like to.
They are messing up.
Well, first of all, let's start at page 69, lines 18 to 20.
So she's alleging at the deposition, she said,
I would ask that he read both before and after.
well, he's alleging that she's saying she did take pictures, but she lost the phone or doesn't have the phone anymore after the incident. Now, during direct testimony,
Another issue I have, Your Honor, is he's produced deposition transcripts to the court. He hasn't given me a copy of that.
I don't know that needs to give you a copy of your client's deposition.
right, on direct testimony, I guess she basically said that she didn't take pictures because she didn't plan on suing. But allegedly at the deposition, they must have forgot that she said she did take pictures, but she lost her
I
phone.
don't see any objections, so go ahead.
He's talking about he need a copy of his own client's deposition transcript. You should have that, sir.
Did you take any pictures of your face at the time?
I did take pictures.
Okay.
There's several other examples where you testified that you took pictures, but somehow you just don't know where they are. You took pictures of the cut, that you supposedly suffered after this, or during this alleged assault. And you took pictures way back in 2018, but somehow can't find them. Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
And you testified when counsel was asking you questions that you decided you didn't want to be a security guard anymore. Isn't that true?
Yes.
In fact, you were fired. Isn't that true?
Objection, Your Honor. We discussed this at length.
Isn't that the truth? You were actually fired by Allied for acting unprofessionally as a security guard.
He opened the door.
Yes.
He opened that door by talking about how great of an employee she was.
And in the incident report, you apologize to your employer, Allied, for acting unprofessionally and exposing them to potential liability. Is that true?
She's like, I don't know. Let me double check. Let me read it. I know she needs some water right now. Girl, you know you read that. Come on now.
Was there an answer?
No,
She's reading right now, Judge. She's taking her time.
Yes.
And after you were terminated as a security guard, you got a new job that paid more money than your security guard job paid, correct?
Yes.
And you said that you consulted with Dr. McKenzie, excuse me. That was because you filed a workers' comp claim, right?
Yes.
And so you filed a workers' comp claim against Allied, and that's why you met with Dr. McKenzie, correct?
Yes.
And you met with her in April of 2018,
Yes.
and you testified at your deposition that you told Dr. McKenzie the truth about what happened on February 24, 2018, right?
Yes.
Is he pulling up the report?
Okay. In this action, you served, well, you were a patient of Kaiser Permanente, correct?
Yes.
And in this action, we obtained a copy of your medical records from, let's see, beginning June 8, 2023. Bear with me for a second. Actually, it goes back, I think, further, but have you seen those records?
I'm not sure.
Isn't it, well, I hate to ask this question, but they did diagnose you as having severe obesity, correct?
Yes.
And they did conclude that you had full capacity and no history of patient status change. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
The only pains that you complained of, January 25, 2021, December 27, 2021, were belly pain and low back pain, right?
Objection calls for expert.
Correct?
Yes.
And you hurt your finger at one point, right?
I'm not sure.
Well, I can show it to you, but let's just move on. You had various things, tailbone pain, right hamstring pain, but you had no report, no reference in 161 pages of medical records to a scratch on your face. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And there's no reference in 161 pages of medical records to anxiety, post-traumatic stress syndrome, blows to your head or face, correct?
Yes.
That only came up when you filed this lawsuit, right?
I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
Just that.
Also, you were in a car accident in 2021, isn't that true?
Yes.
And hit your head.
Yes.
You were in a car accident again in November of 2023 on Pico Boulevard, right?
I'm not sure if it was on Pico, but it was in that area. Yes.
Right. You sued over that, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, if I could just consult with my colleague, I think I may be.
So she was in a car accident too, where she, hurt, has a head injury or girl. Well, Cardi. So after this, I'm pretty sure that her attorney is going to come back up to do redirect because she does need some rehabilitating at this point because her credibility is definitely on the teeter-totter. From where the injury happened to the phone being, whether she had the earpiece or had it in her hand, whether she got off the elevator and said something or didn't, when the spit allegedly happened before or after.
Team effort. If you can bear with me. We talked about how you told Dr. McKenzie the truth about what happened, right?
Yes.
And you told her that Cardi B almost scratched you. Isn't that true?
I'm not sure saying almost.
You're not sure.
You know the person at Women's Healthcare who intervened when you were basically assaulting Cardi B, don't you?
No.
Well, isn't it true that 3 weeks after that event, you called up Tiara Malcolm, the receptionist, who put her body in between yours and Cardi B's and took your blows? You called her up to try and get her to help you in this case. Isn't that true?
I'm not sure.
Let me just check one thing.
So that receptionist is probably going to testify that that lady was hitting her when she was in between them. And she called her to try to be a witness and it wasn't beneficial to them.
So I want to be sure. I'm just double checking. I also want to just reiterate that in your deposition, you testified under oath that Cardi spit on you after Ms. Malcolm and others came out of the doctor's office to try and stop you from going after Cardi B. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And in your incident report, you reported to your boss, your supervisor, that Cardi supposedly spit at you before people came out because of all the yelling. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I think that's all the questions I have for this one.
All right. That's enough.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to read from the deposition transcript, page 61, lines 23, page 62.
Let me turn this over to you.
Page 62, line 14.
I'm sorry, counsel, I was trying to get out the pages.
Page 61 to 62. You want the line?
Yes.
Line 23 on page 61 through lines 14 on page 62.
No objection, Your Honor. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, question, did you fill out any written paperwork about the incident? Answer, there was an incident report made for that day, yes. Question, when you say there was an incident report, is that something you completed? Answer, yes. Question, when did you prepare the incident? Answer, I'm not sure. Part of what Jasmine wanted me to do was write an incident report. Not sure how long after it was done. Question, okay, when you say an incident report, is that something where you send an email or is it a pre-printed form that you complete? Answer, normally it's a pre-printed form. We didn't have those forms at the location that I was at, so she did ask me to type it up. You remember at your deposition, a different attorney asked you questions about this incident?
Yes.
And you did tell that attorney that you made an incident report, correct?
Yes.
And that's the 2-page email that counsel asked you about?
Yes.
And in your incident report, on paragraph 3, it states that this time she continued to yell at me and point her 3-inch acrylic fingernails into my face, scratching my nose. I advised Cardi B that she needed to get her finger out of my face because I had not did anything to her. So, when you wrote this incident report, you estimated that the fingernails were 3 inches long?
Yes.
And when you said that the fingernails went into your face, what did you mean by that?
I meant when she was going like this, her nail touched my cheek, touched my nose.
Did it actually cut your cheek?
Yes.
Did it cut your nose?
No.
And then counsel asked you about the T-Mobile bill. You testified that this incident occurred at 1:30 p.m., correct?
Approximately, yes.
And the T-Mobile bill shows phone calls at 1:10 p.m. and 1:40 p.m., correct?
Yes.
You were not making any phone calls at the time of the incident, correct?
Objection.
I can withdraw the question. Did you make any telephone calls at the time of the incident on February 24th, 2018?
No.
Did you make a phone call 10 minutes after the incident on February 24th, 2018?
Yes.
The phone number 424-219-2078. Whose phone number is that?
I believe it was my mom.
Did you tell anyone that Cardi B was at this medical facility just before the incident occurred on February 24th, 2018?
No.
If you did do that, does that give Cardi B the right to assault and battery? Objection, Your Honor.
Assisting.
Yeah.
Your Honor, if the court may take judicial notice of the complaint in this case.
I'm not sure for what purpose.
Right, yeah, why?
Because the discovery response that was read is verbatim as to what the complaint says.
No.
So what? He's trying to rehabilitate.
When written discovery was prepared with you, was it done by your attorney's office?
Yes.
Do you know what written discovery is?
Yes.
What does the word form interrogatory mean? Do you know?
No.
Do you know what the word special interrogatory means?
No.
Do you know request for admission?
No.
Do you know demand for production of documents?
No.
These are discovery questions that are prepared with your attorney?
Yes.
So the lawyer's trying to establish that the firm is the one that gave those answers, even though she signed it. That's why we require the party to sign it, that it's on the pleading. Because we do help our clients with discovery, but they're supposed to
When I
look
asked
over
you
for
earlier if any pictures were taken, you
you were truthful in your answers, correct?
Yes.
And when you answered me about whether pictures were taken, did you understand my question to be on the date of the incident?
Objection. It's argumentative. I'm sorry for laughing. I shouldn't.
On the day of the,
Sorry.
no, it's
And my
not.
foundation as well, it's the same.
Did you take pictures of your scar or your cut or anything on your body on the date of the incident of February 24, 2018?
He's trying to
I'm not
get
sure.
the information.
Did you at some point later on take photographs?
Yes.
He's trying to make it seem like she didn't lie when she first said she did take photos. To try to get her to say I didn't take photos on the day of the incident is what she meant, but she didn't pick up that audio from her attorney.
When you treated with Dr. McKinsey for your claim, whether it was for a work comp claim or not, were you in need of psychological care?
Yes.
And her treatment was helpful to you?
Yes.
No further.
Recross?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now we're on recross. That redirect wasn't all that great to me. I don't think it was that powerful, but the attorney did the best that they could with what they had. He was trying to rehabilitate her to explain some of those inconsistencies, and essentially he's saying that yeah, she may have said struck on the body and about the face and all of that, but that's directly from the complaint, which lets you know that the attorney wrote that portion of it. But again, when you do this type of written discovery, that's why you have the client sign it, because they're supposed to go over it and change it or add to it, take away, say something is not true or whatever. He was able to show that she did acknowledge an incident report in her deposition transcript under oath, which would show obviously that I guess she wasn't trying to keep it when she said in those interrogatory and special interrogatory responses that she didn't have any emails. So it sounds like the attorney's office may have been preparing it. And even though she signed it, maybe she didn't read it, is what he's trying to get across to the jurors. Now, the incident about the information about the pictures, I think he was trying to get her to say, when I testified about the pictures, I meant not on that day, I didn't take them, to try to do a little wiggle room, but she didn't pick up what he was putting down. So she was like, I don't know when I took them, but I did take them sometime. Okay, that you just confirmed what Cardi's team was saying about you saying you didn't take pictures. You didn't have pictures at all in the beginning of your testimony. So I don't know what is up with this feed, but it keeps blanking out, y'all. If you could just make sure you hit that like button, because our likes are not matching all the people that are in here. I appreciate you guys coming over here and hanging out with us. If you are new here, welcome. And we're just waiting for this feed to come back up. I called after the incident. Yeah, like all of a sudden, first of all, it was approximately 1:30. So you don't know exactly the time. Now, if Cardi comes in with her sign-in sheet and it says something else, that might be an issue. Hopefully they got the sign-in sheet that might show exactly when it occurred. Because, of course, if she would have came in at 1, whatever, after she came in after that time or whatever, it may show about the time. So, of course, her having the phone call, she's going to say, oh, I didn't call anybody. I wasn't talking to anybody at the time of the incident, which does not mean you weren't talking to somebody before the incident happened. You see, like they're word playing with this time. But yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. It's the Rocks. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, this a toughie. This is looking like a toughie. But dang, are we gonna miss the recross because they playing too much? Let me see. Hold up. I don't see it there. Let me see. Hold on. Court TV. Let me see what Court TV is doing, because
I do.
You remember that there was a period of time where elective medical treatment was not allowed?
Yes.
What about the cost of the treatment? Could you afford to pay, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000 to get plastic surgery to your face?
okay, this is just repeating what we already heard in the beginning of this, so that's not very helpful. We already heard that, so let's see if it comes back up. Siobhan Love says she was, yeah. So for those that just came in, this is a case. I know it's hard to keep up because the water bottle mic incident just happened, but I don't even think she was served that complaint yet. But for those that don't know, this was the trial of which Cardi B alleges that she went, well, we know she went to a medical facility. It was private. She did it on a Saturday when it's closed. So she gets special privileges, okay, because she's a celebrity and she didn't want people to know that she was preggo with her first kid. She goes inside the facility. She notices someone with phone in the hand and she believes that she was videotaping her or taking pictures. Now, we cannot confirm or deny this because the lady no longer has the phone. The phone it disappeared. Okay. So she's denying that she did any of that. Allegedly, Cardi was like getting to this spat. This lady alleges that Cardi put her sharp nails in her face, and as a result, she sliced her face where she needed plastic surgery, and she also scratched her nose. Cardi is alleging that the lady hit her first and was swinging on her, and she was basically defending herself. Now, at some point, the people from the OBGYN office came out, and it's a lady that came in the middle of them, and she allegedly took the blows. And allegedly, the lady that is suing Cardi, that is on the stand right now, she called this lady and asked her to be a witness, the receptionist, on her behalf. And the lady was like, no. And so I believe that she probably is going to come in as on Cardi's witness list, is what I believe, and probably give us a lot of insight. But there were a lot of inconsistencies. The lady said Cardi spit at her after the people left from breaking the fight up. Then it was, there were allegations that she spit on her right before the people came out. Then in her incident report, she says her nose was scratched and doesn't mention her cheek. And then she says, of course, it evolves to her having the scratch on her cheek that needs surgery and all of that, needs plastic surgery. Medical records were obtained. She had been to the doctor. Her treating physician never mentioned any of these alleged injuries from Cardi. And in fact, she had gotten to a couple of car accidents since then. So I think they're going to establish that because she didn't take pictures on that day, she didn't say that any issue happened with her cheek. I think they're going to try to say that perhaps, or they're giving some type of doubt that if she does have these injuries, it's not because of Cardi. It's because you had other issues. And so they're placing, of course, this is not a criminal trial, so it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a lower standard. It can be 51%, 49. They can believe that she 49 after that Cardi was 49% after she was 49% at fault, and lady was 51%. It'd be no cause. So this is a civil lawsuit. This is not a criminal lawsuit again. And so it's about liability. So we're trying to see if they're going to find her liable. There's been a lot of, because I think she doesn't have much physical injuries, they're really harping on the psychological trauma. So this lady also testified that she was a great employee, never had incidents, never had issues, but apparently she was fired from this job. And so Cardi's attorneys did bring that out as well. So as I was saying before, when you get subpoenaed, when we ask you for information on the other side, we're still going to subpoena the direct entities. It's almost an assumption that you left something out. And they were able to see this incident report and they used it against this young lady. So yeah, since Cardi was preggo, the lady should have been arrested that day, right? That's from eBoogie 713. Thank you for the super chat. It depends on what happened. I don't know. Maybe Cardi didn't want to be bothered with it. I don't know if there was, obviously it was no police report. You know, she didn't file a police report. It doesn't look like on Cardi, because I haven't heard that yet. I heard about the incident report because she had to explain to her boss, because clearly the OBGYN, the doctor's office, was probably going to let her boss know anyway that this happened. This is a medical facility. So Cardi is alleging that she called and told people that Cardi was there too. This is what Cardi said. She picked up the phone and she called people and said, guess who's here at the building? So of course she knows she's not supposed to do that. So she testified that she didn't do that. So yeah. So we'll be right back. We're just waiting on them to come back and see what happens next. I don't know. This feed has been horrible through the whole feed, some blackouts here and there. But otherwise, we've gotten a nice glimpse of this trial. Thank you guys so much for joining us over here. Shanti 101 says spitting is considered assault in some states, as should have pressed charges if that allegedly happened. Yes, it is aggravated assault because spitting is considered a weapon. Paula said it's a funky mess. Ray said, I wonder if Tasha K can interview the plaintiff after she wins her lawsuit. Who wins their lawsuit? You think that this lady is about to win? Ray? Is that what you're saying? Sunflower and me said Cardi's nasty for spitting on people. That's alleged. We don't know. Oh, she messed up. Well, no, it's not a HIPAA violation because she's not an entity. But I'm sure that there's some type of, because she was in a medical facility, there's probably something she had to sign. Because I'm sure this security company was contracted. Tyrone says this is crazy that she needed plastic surgery for a scratch on her face. Can Cardi sue the doctor for defamation? How she go? It ain't the doctor's fault. The lady came and said she need plastic surgery, and the doctor said, well, hold off a year. We'll see how it heals, and then you come back. So what was happening, in my opinion, is that they were trying to work up these damages. I mean, the plastic surgeon gonna do, you don't like a little scratch on your face. They don't have a problem helping you out if you got the money to pay. But is it a necessity? Probably not. Flawless and Jima said in 166 pages of her medical records, there is no mention of anxiety or PTSD until now. That is a problem. Yeah, because usually you do tell your doctors, I'm suffering from anxiety, even if they just refer you out to a psychologist. It sounds like she didn't get therapy until she had to do it for workers' comp or something, if I recall correctly. So she didn't directly just say, oh, I'm going to get therapy because of what Cardi B did. She got therapy because it was a workers' comp claim or some other claim, and that's what she got therapy for. And while she was at it, she was like, well, let me talk about what happened with me and Cardi B. I don't know. Yeah, oh, they're on court TV just talking on court TV. They're not even let's see. Cause we probably missed the whole recross. They said it wasn't going to be long, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to be long. So let me see. I don't know what Law and Crime is doing. I don't anticipate this being too long of a trial. They already had their plaintiff up there. We know the grandma. When I looked at the witness list, looks like it's about 4 pages or 5 pages or something. So all of those people are probably not going to get caught, even though it's civil. Throw the Mann Act in there. Everybody else doing. You know what, Measure Man? Thank you for the super chat. Oh, you hear my baby back there? She is doing the most. She think you guys are her subscribers. She's like, what my subscribers doing? She's in there flipping and stuff. Raymond said Cardi B is in the right. We'll see. You said you think the lady's lying? Don't ask me. Ish said I would sue the company if I were Cardi. She did everything she could to stay safe, being a celebrity going on a Saturday, and the company called the plaintiff in because they probably trusted her. Good point. Yeah, she's like, how my subscribers? Are those my subscribers or your subscribers? I'm like, girl. All right, Law and Crime. Come on now. It's getting late. It's 7:50. We trying to see the outcome of this. Y'all coming back tomorrow or what? Or what? What are we doing? They're over here asking the same questions on their feed. Is it done for the day?
Why did it take so long?
I don't understand.
You don't understand? Why did it take so long?
And see that this is why it's good. There was a motion in limine that was filed, of which Cardi B made sure that no other bad acts could be entered into because it was more prejudicial than probative. Because what they would try to enter it in to show that she has a propensity for violence, as what some of you all were saying in this chat. You immediately thought Cardi did it because she done one-two'd a couple of people in her past, through a couple of, through a mic. Might have punched a couple of girls over Offset allegedly, so because of that, she has they would try to enter it in to show, almost to look as if this is your MO, this is what she does. And that's what some of you guys were saying in the chat until you heard this testimony. A lot of you guys was like, oh, she always putting her hands on somebody. Why don't she stop? All the Nicki fans were in here like, she getting what she deserves. She need to get sued. Always messing with people. And now look at it. This is why I tell you to keep an open mind. Now look what's happening here. You guys are like, drop the lawsuit. Forget it. Let it go. She need to just take this L and move on. Sorry. Do you know if any offers were made pre-trial? I'm not sure. We wouldn't know that because that would probably be a something that would be private, not for the public to know if they had any negotiations. And if anything, she probably would have offered a couple of dollars just for it to go away instead of pay her clients, instead of having to pay her attorneys. I'm sorry. But sometimes you get to a point where you have to let people know you're not just getting money from me. So there are people, when they have the money, they will pay millions of dollars for the principal. And this may be one of those principal cases where if this lady really was the one who started everything, as Cardi B is alleging, then maybe she's like, nah, that's not going to work for me. I'm going to stop this for a minute so it's not just playing on my feed, but I am watching to see if it comes back on. Let me get my charger. Hold on, y'all. Did she have the surgery? Cancel. Why am I pressing play? It hasn't started yet. I'm watching it over here. I just don't want it where it's if I'm playing their entire video. Yes, please hit the like button. But yeah, you're going to get some people that you're like, hey, we could have just paid her. And that's what some people think. They think that, okay, if nothing else, she's not going to want to go through with this trial. So she going to give me a couple of dollars. Even if it's 20, 30,000, it's 20, 30,000 more than what you had. And Cardi might have said, listen, not today, Joker. I know that the media is going to be all in. And honestly, it may help her. This may be the case. You know how you pick a case? This may be the case to show that it's not always her. Maybe that's what she wants to relate to the public. It's not always her, that sometimes there are people that just want money. Who knows? Or maybe this lady is going to come with some better evidence and prove what she's saying happened. We don't know. We just heard one person testify. I just cannot believe they ain't came back on this live yet, on this feed. I'm looking at it on my phone so I can make sure I press play when it's time. Yes, it is. Court TV is repeating the testimony because it's off. So they're repeating the testimony or they're having commentary on it. One Love said, not all money is good money. Southern Charisma said, Cardi is still a crash out queen. Why do Takapina need this case? I think that Cardi's attorneys are doing well. Southern Charisma said, y'all hating, let this line lady get at least $100. You want to at least get her parking money? Because that's about how much you pay downtown to park in California. Cardi takes the stand tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll be back on that tomorrow. We'll see what time it's going to be. That's cool because I got What do I have? I got hearings in the morning at 9 o'clock that I should probably prepare for, but I'm over here being nosy about this Cardi B stuff. He's very entertaining. He's very theatrical. He's theatrical, but I think Cardi's attorneys are doing what needs to be done. They understand the assignment. And I'm wondering, like, I hope those phone numbers that were read that they don't have them anymore. Like, hope those were old phone numbers of which they've changed them, because they just like, whose number is 405-111-5555? I'm like, goodness. I said, I hope nobody has those numbers, because my goodness, you couldn't say the last 4 digits or something, ending in 25 or something. Well, love said yes, those numbers. Yeah, wait a minute. You said Cardi B already won. She should stay quiet. You know what? I hope that she is well prepped, because I do agree. I think she needs to testify. You know, it's very rare that in this type of case, especially if you're saying you just defended yourself, I think that you have to tell what your story is. But I do believe, hopefully, she's been prepped enough. She was on the stand, they said, in Tasha K's case, and she did her thing. Cardi B said, she went in Rome, you act like the Romans. She knows how to act. Shoot. They said she came across very convincingly about how it affected her life and everything when those allegations and rumors were waged against her on this here internet. So she's testified before, and apparently she's done well. So if she gets prepped, and this attorney for, hopefully he gets his bearings, because Cardi's attorney was doing a lot of the objecting. Some a few of them got sustained, but they've had some overrulings, and they objected all through his direct examination. He didn't seem to me as organized and in order on how, he almost went straight to trying to prove damages. Like, he knows that is a weak part of his case. How the incident happened is going to be on credibility. Do you believe Cardi's version or her version? That's really what it is, because I don't think there's anybody to witness the fight. Doesn't look like it was any audio or visual that was in that building. So it's going to come down to credibility. But even if they believe that the lady is telling the truth, if the jury doesn't believe that she was injured in any way, you're still getting 0. So you can win, and they say, do you believe that on this day Cardi B assaulted such and such? And it can be, the jury says yes. If yes, go to the next, how much do you think that she should receive? And they could say 0. I've seen awards of $10. So even if you win, you still may not get anything. And so I think Cardi B rolling the dice on this case may have been a good look for her. A good idea. You said 2 cents. You probably would be that juror to give 2 cents. Why can't they get the recordings from phones? I thought they could. So the phone is no longer there. So when you can get phone records, but if you don't have a phone to get downloads and get the data and stuff, like even if people delete messages, like what's alleged in the Milagro Grams case, even if people delete records, you can get forensics to look at your phone and be able to download data within your phone, including text messages. You can get pictures, you can get all type of stuff. And sometimes your phone company actually keeps original text messages as well, depending on your phone company. And but she's saying she doesn't have the phone at all. And even though this occurred in 2018, She filed it, I assume, right before the statute of limitation, because here I think the statute of limitation for assault and battery is 2 years. She filed it in 2020. The deposition wasn't even taken till 2023. That was the date they had on her deposition. So you're talking about, so it happened, she filed it right when the pandemic happened. So everything froze up, and that's probably why it's so behind, because it was on track for trial. So you're talking about 5 years later before the lady is even deposed. And then now we're going to trial in 2025 for a lawsuit filed in 2020 and an incident that happened in 2018. So that's why a lot of people forgot about it. They're like, oh my God, the Mike case. I'm like, I don't even think she was served on the Mike case. It depends. That trust me, it depends. Especially that long ago. They preserve it up to a certain amount of time that they have to, and every company has a different amount. I feel like they archive all of them. They just don't feel like being bothered with us asking for stuff from 1995. But in theory, like, their policies are to keep them for a certain amount of time. Because I remember doing like an unaliving case in 2012, I think, and it was like multiple defendants, and I want to say my client and there was another client where they couldn't download any of their records because the company they had didn't keep them. And it was within the first 90 days of the incident, but it was like Metro PCS, and I think it was T-Mobile. Oh, they had all the records. They had all the information. So it depends. Is this a break? What is happening? It's 5 o'clock. Tyrone said no phone pictures, doctors, documents, no evidence, can't recall, got fired July 8th. 7 to 8 years later, want sue, smells like fish in a fish market. Well, the intent of assault is assault, right? So in theory, an assault is the fear and apprehension of a battery, basically that you're going to be touched. A battery is the actually physical touching. So assault is the threat of it. So, and believing that they could, and that they would, and that they have the capabilities of doing it. So if somebody's in your face and they like doing this and all that, that would be more of assault. I'll bust you in your mouth and doing all that jerking. That'd be more of assault by definition. Battery, that's the fear. Assault is the fear and apprehension of an assault, of a battery. Battery is the actual physical touching, but we use it, a lot of people use it interchangeably. So you have aggravated assault, but how we are taught in law school is that they are two separate causes of action. You have assault, the fear of being hit, and you have the battery, the actual hitting. Good night, Just Lisa. It's stressful. You asked, what is it like being a lawyer? It's very stressful if you care about your clients like that, and you have to be able to compartmentalize it, and cut it off and be what you got to be for yourself and your family. But it's very rewarding. It has its benefits to it, and it can be exhausting. If it gets exhausting, then you take your breaks when you need them. Don't overwhelm yourself. When I first started, I just was going and going, and I was just excited that I could be in court. Now I'm like, I don't get as excited as I used to be. Now it's like, okay, here we go again. I got 50 hearings tomorrow. Before I used to be like, I got 50. I'm almost like putting my clothes out like the first day of school when you're a kid. Now it's just part of my life. That's it. You said just give her 9 votes and call it a day. Oh my gosh, like y'all just not gonna come back no more, huh? Listen, if there was testimony, we probably missed it. I don't know. She wasn't planning on suing. That's why she didn't keep anything. Man, the way I'm clicking on taking pictures of everything all the time, we do it and it's not even a person that hit you. That should have went directly to the police. I mean, it's just so many, it seems like so many missteps. And then she literally waited. I wonder if she went to other attorneys about this and they turned her down. That's one of the questions I ask on some cases when some people come to me. I'm like, have you consulted any other attorneys? And if they're like, I talked to so-and-so and such, and they give you 5 different law firms that turned them down, what makes you think that I'm any different? What makes you think? I heard that you're just a bulldog in court. You're not going to butter me up to take a weak case. Not going to happen, ma'am, sir. But that's what they do. Like some people will do that too. So I wonder like if she went to any other law firms and they were like, no ma'am, no ham. Well, she definitely has had a couple of accidents. So I wonder if she sued for that. You said they must have gone home. It's looking like it, y'all. I don't know what to say. We've been on for 2 hours and 42 minutes. I just didn't want to leave you hanging. If Cardi is supposed to, let me look up something real quick. If Cardi is supposed to testify tomorrow, then I guess that might be what we got to do. Let me see. Court TV. Did they get off of here? Hold on. Court TV might have said, forget this. What y'all not gonna do? Let me see. Nope. Still. See what Court TV. Court TV live in 15 hours. So they already talking about day 2. So I'm assuming it's over because Court TV is talking about day 2. If it's not, then we just might miss the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys again for the super chats and the super stickers. If you guys will be so kind and go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for support and I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. I think it says, let me see what time it has on here. It's supposed to start August, schedule for August 26, 2025. Does it have a time on here? I don't see where they got a time. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I don't see. So it looks like 12 p.m. So we'll be back around that time. You guys make sure you come. Look out for the thumbnail. And we out of here, all right? Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much for everybody walking through here with their phones playing like I'm not on live. But anyway, I'm off now. You guys have a great evening. We'll be back to do it all over again tomorrow.